DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
You know, if we'd have a cool intro for our show, we'd be cool kids.
Are we not the cool kids?
We don't have a cool...
We are, but we'd be even cooler. It's a shame we don't know somebody who would do that for us.
Yeah. If there's only a graphics person out there who could...
Do we know any graphics people?
I don't know if we know any good ones.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Are there anybody in the chat? Are there any good graphic people in the chat room?
Sometimes
I want to know.
Sometimes there is, and sometimes, but maybe they just don't love us quite well enough.
We can always default to Fiverr so we can find something on there.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, good evening and welcome to our Monday night show where we sit and talk about everything that you have been thinking about, but we're afraid to bring up around the kitchen table because someone would throw potatoes at you and someone else would slap you. Maybe the same person. Could be. We don't know.
Will they slap you with the potatoes?
Oh, never thought of that. It could happen.
I'm fearful of the ones in the chat room that just got turned on.
They become aroused by a potato slap.
Jared's smiling just a little too much. Maybe Jared too.
All right. So tonight we've got a few things we're going to be talking about on our show. And if you guys have got some questions or things that you have seen this past week and such you want us to kind of talk about and give our thoughts on, this is the time for that. An award graphic. Well, that's Howie. Howie's our awards guy. He's like
don't be stealing other people. Don't be ganking other people's jobs.
He's going to give us like the best show in 2019.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Ian. That's Ian's
Ian makes the awards, yes, for the 2019, 2020. I'm really hoping for 2020. That'll be a big year. So, as a lot of you know, we're based in Minnesota, and right now we are still in mourning after the debacle in Philadelphia yesterday. It was sad. Please, you guys can.
I'm from PA, and I think it was sad too.
So I got to ask, and it's because Dan, you may have more familiar with that crowd or that audience that goes to those games. Are the videos that we're seeing of how the fans react and act before, is any of that legit, or is that just some isolated incidents?
Oh no, that's legitimate. Last night, as soon as the game was officially over, I thought I heard gunfire outside of my house. Now, come to find out, somebody was setting off fireworks. But yeah, they're just. I said to my wife before it all started, I said, I don't care who's playing them. I root against Philly. Any Philly team. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. It doesn't matter. If it's a Philly team, I root against it. And I know people are like, you're from Pennsylvania. You should root. No, because I knew too many Philly fans. No. There are more. There probably are some good ones out there. Don't get me wrong. And some probably in the chat room. But no. And Matt, I'm right there with you. My wife recruited me, so yeah. I'm a Patriots fan. Yeah,
it was quite a day. For those who don't follow football or don't pay attention to football, I'm right there with you now. The Vikings. I'm one of those people. I used to be a huge Vikings fan. 2009 took it completely out of me. That was like the ripping out of one's heart, crumpling it up and throwing it away, and I just basically was like kind of watching, just waiting for that other shoe to fall, and knew it would happen. So anyway, that was that. So yeah, just kind of bummed about that.
See, that's why I don't follow football, is I don't have to have these emotional connections to these teams and then have my heart ripped out of me and stomped upon and ripped in half and everything else. I can just go on with my life and just watch the videos of apparently people screaming and throwing stuff at other people that had no influence whatsoever into how the game happened.
Actually,
Well,
yeah.
Jared, you live in Indiana, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the problem is you just don't have any real football teams. Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree with you that.
Yeah.
Was it a burn? Is that a burn? Because I'll
Not really. No.
say it again.
No. If you're from Indiana, you know. You don't.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in
Now, you
Indiana,
might be getting a new coach, maybe. I don't know.
Indiana's is such a great basketball state, though. I mean, that's what it's known for, and then the teams that
It's
have
because it's all flat. They're used to
It's
just
true.
flat.
they could roll the basketball.
Basketball's not a real sport, so
There's no downhill running.
I thought
It's all
golf
flat.
wasn't, or NASCAR. I thought wasn't a real sport. Wait a second. I think there's a long list. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about a little bit is kind of build off a little bit about what Jonathan and I were talking about in the first show, where we were talking about the struggles that DJs are having. It seems that we've got there's the DJs who are doing very, very well with their systems, and the Mike Walter and the Jason Jani and people who are just really succeeding with that. There's some single operator people like Jared who are just really killing it out there and doing well. And then we have a lot of DJs who are just really struggling right now. And this is the time of year where you start to kind of look, it's like, okay, I'm hearing all these people online who are booking all these events, and I'm looking at my calendar and it's like, oh, I only have 4 events booked for, whatever. And you start to panic and you start to really second guess. And as I get older, I find my time, my time is more precious to me now with my children and family than probably it was 10 years ago, which is not a good thing to say. But the reality is, as you get older, you start to value that. So I'm just, the world with the DJ as we get 30 plus changes, and just wanted to kind of discuss that a little bit and how we need to change if we want to continue to be involved with the DJ community and the DJ profession. Go.
evolve or die.
Well, and I don't think you can always believe the hype.
Which hype?
The hype where you're watching Facebook and you see so and so and they booked 8,000 gigs for this year alone, and they're a one person team. I mean that's really, sometimes if you follow what's going on, it seems like that's what's happening. You have certain people in your market that probably claim they got this gig and this gig and this gig, and I fall victim to it because I think what irks me more than anything else is when I hear some DJs who, according to other vendors, are not as good, and yet they're getting phone calls and doing events on nights that I didn't even get, any contact for.
Yeah.
So it goes down to what am I always doing wrong? And I instantly go to that. What did I do wrong? And it may have been nothing. I don't know how they got it. I don't know where the people heard about them. 20,000 different questions you could ask. But the hype, I think, is sometimes there because, I mean, I have known of DJs who would post about fake, fake contracts, we'll say, fake events lined up, because the more they talked about that, the more it made them look they were in demand. So then they got more events. I don't think that's, obviously I'm hoping the real people or the ones we look up to don't do that. But unfortunately I've heard of that. They're like, oh yeah, I don't really have anything. And it's just saying that. Key.
That's interesting. I guess I wouldn't have even thought that the whole idea of bluffing at that level. I mean, I could see a little bit of bluffing here, and wow, the dance floor is packed all night type of a bluff. But I booked 10, and I don't know. That's weird. That's definitely.
I don't know how often it happens, and I don't know. Maybe this is one person, and I'm sure it's not the only person in the country doing that. But at least I know it has happened. So that would be my belief that it could. And again, I don't think I booked 10 events and I really only booked one. but I booked 10 events when I really only booked 7.
But how many are you going for though? Like when you take a step back and you look at the full scope of your territory, so to speak, like how many of the, like here in Indianapolis, I think it was 2016, there was, oh geez, I forget the number. It was like 5,600 weddings or something like that happened. And that was the entire scope, from whether it was just a, something quick in like by the Justice of Peace, all the way up to the brides and the grooms that have a budget of $1 million or whatnot. That was everything, was 56 and some change. But I'm like, I want 45 of those.
Right.
I don't want all of those. And everybody, I guess the way that I've always looked at it, especially on Facebook, because I have this love-hate relationship with Facebook. And every time that I see somebody posting that they booked something on there, it's like, but what's the point? Like, what's the end game that they're trying to play when they're saying, oh, hey, I booked this at this venue, and I booked that venue, and I did all these other things at all these other places. And I'm like, well, that's great. So you're a solid salesman. That's all that you're telling me, is that you're a solid salesman and that you could book stuff. Show me the proof. Show me what you actually do. Show me what makes you stand out. Let me see that aspect of what you can do, and then I'll be a little bit more impressed. But don't just come at me with, I sold this and I sold that, because I've seen that the last several years, especially at this time of year, where the actual events have decreased, but normally the bookings increase. For me, it's engagement season, which means it's booking season. So I'm not going to jump on Facebook every time I book something somewhere, especially when there's no connection whatsoever. If there's a venue and I tag the bride and the groom within the venue, nobody's going to give a rat's patoot about me or about anything that's going on. But then the day of, you better believe I'm going to start promoting it like crazy. So my Facebook always gets heavier in the summer and in the fall and late spring. But I don't know. I've never looked at Facebook. I've never looked at social media and said to myself, well, everybody else is doing all this. Why can't I? I'd rather be like, well, everybody else is doing it, so there's obviously a reason why I shouldn't be doing it.
It creates immediacy, though.
It does to a certain degree, but it also creates a larger facade of who you actually are. So the more information that you throw out there, the greater the deception element you could be creating that you don't know about. If I were to go out there and just start talking about everything that I'm booking, granted, some people might see that as oh my gosh, he's really, really popular and he's super duper busy. But the people that I want to see it might not care whatsoever of me booking all of these things. All it's going to show is the same thing that they're seeing when they see the rest of my Facebook feed or my websites or whatever else, which is, oh, he's consistently working.
That's
he's actually doing what he's doing.
That's actually an interesting, and then I have a to connect with that when I was showing some of our early big shows, it actually cost me some shows of people locally who were following me on Facebook, and I was showing some of the bigger video production things we were doing and the lighting and things. And I had some people who were planning some small weddings, and they're like, yeah, we saw some of the pictures of what you do. And we were putting them in the newspaper, too, because Lori owns the paper. So when she needs to fill her ad, there's a John Young ad going in. And I had people saying, yeah, we just had a small wedding in the backyard, and we figured you wouldn't be interested because you've been doing all these big things, and you had the lights and the video screens, and we didn't need any of that. And it's like, oh, you had a Friday night wedding a quarter mile from my house. Yeah, I think I could have probably done something for you, on a Friday night, which I would never do anything most likely anyway. So yeah, that's a great point there, Jared, that sometimes you're going to not either connect with the right people, or you might turn off the people you want to connect with properly.
To kind of throw a different variation of the question out there. So when you do see somebody or a company throwing out, hey, we're booking this, we're booking that, and you just kind of see that repetitively going on and on and on from the media standpoint that Dan brought up, how would you, or I don't even know if you have or not yet, how would you take that approach, but from a different angle? Like as an example, instead of just throwing something on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever about, hey, I'm going to be at this venue I just booked with this couple, yay, whoop-de-doo, 2 thumbs up for me type of a thing. Instead of doing that, jumping on, Facebook Live or doing a story type of a thing and sitting there like with the couple and saying, hey, this is Janet and this is Philip, and I'm very excited that I get to work with them. Are you guys excited? Yeah, we're stoked about having you out there. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad, or whatever you want to say. But instead of doing it as more of a long-term marketing thing, doing it as more of a short term. I don't know if any of you have ever thought about viewing it from a different perspective than the simple, overloading your social or overloading your website with look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I wonder if making it about them more. Look at them. Look what we're doing together. Look at this relationship that we're building.
Well, I think sometimes there's a couple different sides that I see. So for example, from the ones that I think are doing it, some of the ones I would say I kind of respect and see them doing, when I see them posting things, like, oh, I'm with so and so, by tagging them, one of the things that it does is it kind of shortens the step between somebody finding out who they're using and them having to tell them. And again, you're talking pre-event, and that kind of thing, but you've established that you have that connection there. So obviously they trusted something about you, whether it's price, whether it's your quality, whether it's your salesmanship, but there was something that led them to get from you. The other side to that is it puts another place that you can be. So if I post this, let's say I'm posting this on my business page that I'm so excited to work with so-and-so who, they're getting married in 6 months from today, and whatever happens to be the case. If I go to your social media site, I now see a past post that says that you're going to be at such and such place, and therefore are going to have something to say about it, even if they don't end up seeing the day of post where you've done the actual event. So I think there is some of that just promotion of you rather than about everything, rather than promoting, oh, I'm so busy, but just kind of taking and cutting out some middleman action to put connections to other people. I don't think it's quite to the extent that we talked about last week, where people tag them and they have nothing to do with it, but rather tagging them so people see that we're working together or something.
Shani, you do quite a few videos with on your different social media channels. How have you approached the idea of tagging and engaging venues or the clients in your social media posts?
I actually don't do any videos or posts. Like, I don't do any of that. I could care less about what anybody knows what I do pre-events. Like, I really don't. I don't care what anybody knows about what I've booked. I don't care about my numbers ahead of time. I don't care about anybody else's numbers ahead of time. I don't care if anybody knows that I booked 10 events that week. I don't boast about what I did in sales of that week. What I do care about is my videos that I post if I have a bride and a groom when they're all sweaty and disgusting after their wedding and they're drunk and I get them on my video with me and they're hugging on top of me and I'm all sweaty and gross and they're kissing me and telling me how great of a DJ I was and how everybody has to hire me, and it's coming exactly out of their mouths and saying me and my company's name and saying how great I was. That's the video I like to post. And that's what I put on other social medias. Then the picture that I post is a picture of maybe an incredible setup that we have that maybe other vendors were also a part of, a party planner that I just became a partner with. Sure. And maybe a decor person that I just worked with this past weekend that we've been trying to deal with for the last 3 years, that we just ended up dealing with for a corporate event, and tagged them and said, great working, with this team, for this blah, 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 blah event at the blah, 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 blah location. And, thanks for our photographer or the blah, 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 for this great event we did. And again, this is all post, the event, and tag everybody on Monday and, and just have those shots that I did take before the event, before everybody was sweaty and everything. But I don't post any of that beforehand. I post all that, after the event. So people can see it on Monday, and the vendors can see it on Monday, and I tag all of them afterwards. So now they can maybe even share my post. So now they're sharing from our business page my post to their business page. So now anyone who I didn't even have contact with is now seeing our exact post on that, or somebody, just saw that video that I did with the bride and groom, or with my mitzvah kid, or at the school, or, with my corporate client, saying how great of a job I did. And I just like the just being more personable of doing that, instead of saying that I booked 10 gigs this weekend and we're crushing 2018. Like, to me, I don't mind people that post that stuff, and that's great. And like, golf clap for you guys, but like, I don't care about that. And honestly, like, that does nothing for me. Like, and I mean, anyone that posts that, if you guys want a handshake, or, well, now with the flu and everything, I decided for 2018 right now, I just give everybody the Japanese bow. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but everybody's just getting my Japanese bow right now, because I just, not even a fist bump.
That's how you can wipe your nose on their shirt, is you.
Yeah, no, I'm just Japanese bowing to everybody right now. And when I greet everybody, just, there's nothing else, but we're just, I'm just, annyeonghaseyo. And I just, even though that was Korean, and I just bow to everybody. But like, everybody can post what they want. But for me, that's just how I'm trying to get more content, more people, and more clients, and more for me, is just being more personable with my clientele. And, and even if I'm not friends with my client, because a lot of my clients, I am not personal friends with on my personal page. They're, I try to, have them like our business page. But even if I post that, like, on my personal Instagram, even though, like, we'll post it on our business Instagram, but I might also share it, like, on my Instagram, I might still be like, hey guys, I'm posting this on my Instagram. Is it okay, like, if you guys had a hashtag or something? Like, I posted mine, and they're like, yeah, let's post away something.
Sure.
So, I'll just try to put it as, wherever I can, so other people can see it. So I just like that more of that personal touch of trying to get out there, more than just, dude, I booked 10 gigs this week, crushing 2018, hashtag,
Yeah, that number of times.
Hashtag, I like that. Hashtag, I'm gonna
hashtag, 2018 Japanese bow.
Okay, I'll check that up. Hashtag, I want to see how many times that comes up.
Hashtag,
But that, looking at the way today's small business culture, climate, what have you. I mean, that what you're doing right there, Shani. It doesn't matter if I paint houses, or if I do cement work, or if I am mowing lawns, any of that. That the taking the pictures and putting them up on social media and tagging, hey, I did a great did this, painted this beautiful house in the big city of whatever, but for the Smith family, and tagging, that's become such an intricate part of everything we do, that I think if a person isn't doing something like that, you're really missing out. I guess, Jared,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that?
On tagging clients?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I all the time, absolutely. In my Asana workflow, 6 months out, I don't do it instantly. I don't do it as soon as I book them, but 6 months out, I reach out to them, and I connect with them through Facebook, and then through Facebook, because the highest percentage is on Facebook. Then I find out from them if they're on any other social media outlets, and then connect to them through there. But 6 months out, I connect with them, and then 4 months out, I normally have a double date with my wife and them, and then normally after that, then I can start posting more. The only time that I really post blindly with them is in between that 6 to 4 month period, where I might drop something, like if I'm doing a site visit or whatnot, and then I want to throw something as I'm doing a Facebook live video and say, oh, this is such and such a venue, and I'm excited because I get to work with not only Janet and Philip, but I also get to work with Tom and Phyllis and whoever else there might be, and then tag them after the fact. But I'm finding that I do fewer and fewer and fewer produced videos on Facebook. Most of all my stuff on Facebook is live, so it's hard to tag them there. You have to go back and then tag them later on. But that's a phenomenal way of getting circulation at the and this is nothing new, but at the end of every wedding that I do, I take a big group photo. That's a giant end of night shot, and I think a lot of other people do this. I take two of them. I take one normal. I call it the this is what they're going to hang over the mantle photo, and then I take a crazy one. And then the following Monday, I throw them up on Facebook and tag the bride and groom, or the groom and groom, or the bride and bride, or whoever it might be, and then anybody else that might be connected with them, a mom or a dad or anything like that. And those two photos, I get the most circulation out of anything else that I ever do on social media, because they start becoming profile, the header photos, they tag everybody that's in there. So the more people that you have at the end of the night, you have them tagging 40 more people, and then it just gets circulated like crazy. So it doesn't have to be, way out there type of ideas. I'm taking two photos, and then I'm not even editing them. I'm just putting them into Facebook.
No, you don't. And right. You don't have to do the whole editing thing and let me make this look great. I mean, because my whole thing about it is the more genuine the photo looks, and the more live photo from in real it looks. Those are the photos I love. I don't sweaty. I mean, I sweat walking from my car to my house. I just do. That's I just do.
You might want to see a doctor about that. That sounds
it's not
natural,
especially in Chicago.
I just do. That's just the way I am. I mean, so it's I don't care. I'll be all sweaty in my photos, doing parties and stuff when I'm emceeing. I don't care. I'm not one of those. I mean, I know all the girls are you don't go on one of those apps and no, I don't care. Let them see that I'm one of those MCs that I will get in with everybody and just be all sweaty and show them that I'm an interactive MC. That's what they're hiring. That's why they come to our company, where we have the DJ and MC, and they're paying for that.
Sure.
That they are paying for the 2-person crew, that I'm not just the voice of God somewhere. Where is that MC? Where is she at? Where is she? That I'm, in there, and I'm, and I'm just getting all sweaty with everybody. And that's what I love, that, their arms are around me and I'm around them. I mean, if I don't know if anybody saw my Snapchats from last night, that my gag reflex wasn't so great last night about a situation that happened. But yeah, sometimes the BO and stuff like that gets to me. But last night I had a little other incident that happened that I had to post on my Instagram and Snapchat when I was DJing, and I couldn't leave the booth. But it was just, yeah, it was bad. Yeah. Then I called the guy out on my Instagram too. So I know a couple people saw it, but yeah, I definitely called him out on my Instagram, and I took photos of him. I was like, this is the guy. He did a walk by. I got him. But I mean, it's I totally went off the path, and I told you I was tired. I was tired from last night's work. But I think, don't Photoshop your pictures. Give it, and especially, here's my thing. Don't Photoshop a photographer's picture that they give you. Oh my goodness. There was a local photographer here that called out a company, and I had a laugh. And he even put the two pictures side by side. He was like, this is the picture I gave the company. This is what they did to my picture. And he literally put the two pictures side to side. Yeah. So please don't disrespect a photographer's work. Then don't post it. Just don't, if you don't like the work, don't post it. But, yeah, just put the pictures up and show people you're real, and this is what your party looks like. It's if you like crazy parties and your photo is crazy, post it and be like, we had a crazy great time at so and so's wedding, and if you hire us, you can have a crazy great time too. So yeah, I love those after photos and everything.
Crazy great time.
Crazy hashtag crazy great time.
Oh, we're going to take a quick little ad break here, and we'll be right back, and we'll get into some of our topics that just struck a chord with us this week. We'll be right back.
Tonight's DJNTV show is sponsored in part by Electro Voice. DJ Event Planner, ADJ, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, Newmark, and DJNTV Insiders.
Oh no.
I have no idea. No, it wasn't that. All right, we're going to continue on tonight. Thank you for being with us, either on Facebook or on YouTube tonight. If you have any questions or any thoughts or anything you want to talk, this is going to be kind of more of our quick little round, just talking about some observations and things we've had from the past week and things that we want to talk about. And one of the first things I'm going to throw out here, have you guys heard much about NAMM coming up here this week? As far as, have you seen anything coming out and anything that caught your eye so far?
Ooh.
Come on, Shane.
Wow.
You unless you've been working too much, there's been some cool stuff now.
I know. Like I know. Like 4 a.m, I'm like looking on my like Instagram posts and everything. I'm like, oh. I mean, Pioneer came out with some really cool stuff.
That's why I'm kind of opening the door for you to share if you've gotten a chance to look at it.
And American DJs coming out with some stuff.
There's going to be quite a few new things. Probably the one that was it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Shane. But isn't Rekordbox coming out with a lyric capability?
Yes.
Now, I don't know how that's functioning. Are they? And I've often thought of that, because when you're doing like a SoundHound thing with your and Jared, there are probably other apps out there, but some of those apps are really good when they listen, that they will pop up the lyrics and are going through the song like in time with what I'm hearing over the music system in the plays. And I've wondered, how difficult would it be for software to be able to pull the lyrics and sync it up to the song? If you can have SoundHound do it, why couldn't software do it? And I'm wondering if that's what Pioneer's doing here.
I don't know.
Should be fun.
My question would be, why would you do that?
Putting lyrics up on a screen at times at some events, and granted, obviously there's music that has profanity, what have you. But I found, and even Promo Only is finding, because they're producing more and more lyric videos, is that people like to be dancing and they like to see the words and singing along.
Because people like me do remixes when I sing, and I don't realize I'm doing remixes when I sing. I do the Shani remix, and then I'm like, oh, those were not the words to the song?
A Shani
That was
remix.
the Shani remix? Oh, my bad. I really thought that was the words to the song. No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, and it gives you an alternative of something to put up there, especially if you don't have the video for said song. Your only video, and they ask for something either that hasn't come out with a video just yet, you never picked up that video, whatever happens to be the case, it would give you an alternative of something to put up there, rather than just fancy designs that react to the music.
Yeah.
Which get old quick.
I've never looked into that. Like, I've never thought about, again, now primarily I'm a wedding DJ. So I every time that I've thought about doing something like that, or I know that like Jam Text, a lot of guys use Jam Text, and I've never been able to kind of convince myself that, oh yeah, this is probably a route that I should go, but maybe I need to take another look into it. Maybe there's an upsell that is out there that I am not working on that I should be working on.
Probably one of my, and I think we talked in the past about the little photo bench thing we did as a kind of during the cocktail time. It was probably in 2016. That was the number one business card hand router thing that I did. The second thing is, because I do video and I do a little routine with Don't Stop Believing. We have the words up on the screen, and you've got those different instrumental breaks in a song where you can use that to hype the crowd. Mm-hmm. And you can do some great things. If you know some of the wedding party, some of the special guests by that time that you play that, they're singing along, they're screaming along on a dance floor. We can have this side of the floor versus that side of the floor, guys. The over 40 crowd, the kids, whatever. There's just so many things you can do with that, and it becomes such a great interactive kind of routine. And the words are up on the wall, so everyone feels like they can participate. Now the drunk guy's up at the bar. I've utilized that, and then they all of a sudden they start working their way over towards the dance floor because they want to be able to see the words a little bit better. And it's just really, it's been a great routine that we've used here for the last couple of years, and it was probably number 2 in 2016. Now 2017, we've talked about this also, the simpler weddings. I didn't do music videos virtually at all this year at weddings. It just didn't happen. I didn't have the people requesting. I think there was one or two weddings that I did music video. Otherwise, we were under tents. We were doing no lighting, no video. It just didn't happen. So
do you have to have an active internet connection?
no.
No,
I don't.
it's part
I
of the
don't.
record box.
But I think because I thought it was something that's connected with that, and I didn't think it needed active. I thought it was pulling from somewhere, but I don't know how. And that'll be something we'll figure out at NAMM.
Because I use virtual DJ.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But they're also coming. I mean, Record Box is coming out with some crazy stuff. I mean, like their new controller that they're debuting, I mean, is like bananas. That is going to be coming out at NAMM. I mean, that one is like is so just sexy. It's coming out. And then I know they're coming out with some light stuff also for Record Box to like that maybe won't be so confusing as it was at DJ Expo.
Kind of the sound switch alternative, I think is what.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, so yeah, they're really stepping up Record Box to do some stuff. So I have a feeling that maybe NAMM and then Mobile Beat, they're really going to try to step up their stuff with some things. So they're really going to be doing some big stuff with that.
And lighting wise, you mentioned American DJ's got some things. Chauvet announced a few lights that they were going to be bringing out, some of which we kind of knew of already from Infocom and this fall. But I haven't seen anything from the lighting arena yet that made me say, oh, that's the next big thing. And probably the last light that really did that for me was going back to a couple of years ago when Chauvet introduced the Trio. If you guys remember the Trio, little fixture about so big with the head, and it could do a beam. It could do it would retract into a wash, and then those little beams on the outside could actually splay out, and it would be kind of like a mushroom type effect all in one fixture. What a fabulous little light that was, and they used it in different shows at Mobile Beat and at DJ Expo, and that was when that came out in its price range was completely new and hot for what it did. So I'm hoping we find something like that, because it's been a couple of years since there's been something. We've had, here's an improvement on the light. This light's a little bit smaller, and it's a little bit nicer. The Pocket Pros from ADJ, nice little light. Well, they're coming out with the white version. Well, that's nice. For a wedding DJ, it's great, but it's not something that's completely different. And that's what I'm kind of hoping to see.
The one I'd be interesting to see. I mean, we've talked about them a little bit, and obviously we've seen some things, but like the Cold Fusion sparklers. It seems like there hasn't been a real, like there's been some underlings, but there hasn't been a real show since they've come out to say, hey, by the way, everybody look at this.
Yeah.
See this up front, see this in close. I'm not saying that's going to happen at NAMM, but that would be one thing within the lighting realm. I know it's not exactly lighting, but within the lighting realm that I could see causing some heads to turn, especially like that.
They were at Wedding MBA.
They were okay.
They
was Eternal? Was he Mark? Was Mark showing
Eternal
them?
was there, and every time I walked by, every single time, there was a crowd of at least 7 to 15 people, and those suckers were going off. Yeah, they just consistently.
Yeah, Mark's got some great stuff. Mark always has incredible stuff.
I'm thinking about. I haven't gotten new lights in a couple of years, but those I've been dropping some bugs into some ears of some clients that they want to do like a big entrance. They want something really, really memorable, and those keep jumping out at me. I'm like, what if we had these like cool,
that would be
vertical
cool
sparkler type things that shot up that were safe and that you could have right for your entrance, and you could see their eyes like, oh my gosh, is that possible?
That would be very cool.
Totally, it's possible. Sign right here.
Yeah, Ian mentions those Sparkulars, the company that we did see at NAMM last year, artificially had boosted their price. I don't remember if he said it was 2 to 4 or whatever the times what it really should have been, and it was basically to keep them out of the hands of the average DJ. The only reason they did it, because they could have made those things at a fraction of the cost, whether it's half the cost or a quarter of the cost, but they wanted to keep them out of the hands of DJs and make them unique and special. So the guys who are buying them are some of the larger East Coast bar mitzvah companies that can afford to buy 10 of them and use them over, 40 shows over the course of a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we do those. I'm not gonna lie, we do those too.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
that's where and those that are getting more into production, and that works out very, very well. But it makes for guys like Jared and myself who are basically we're by ourselves. It's like, okay, I have one wedding I can use those with this summer.
Right, and that's the thing, and that's in our wedding clients then see our video, like it's in one of our promo videos, and they see it, and then they ask us about it, and then we tell them the pricing of it and everything, and they just are like, oh
yeah, it's neat.
Because they know the pricing of their wedding. And then I tell them the pricing of the sparklers, and they're like, oh.
And I was looking at it, and I'm thinking to myself, you could take a can, an aerosol can, hairspray, and you have a candle.
No. I'm gonna stop you right there,
and
man.
And then what's called a fire marshal.
The fire marshal doesn't like the sparklers anyway.
No, trust me, we deal with a lot of fire marshals, and we have to explain to the fire marshals about the whole, it's not, we do the whole spiel with the fire marshals, and they still don't care anything we talk to them about and on our explanations, but we still have to deal with it, or we still have to turn the alarm off and it doesn't matter. We could explain everything and show them a video we've even made, and they don't care.
And right there killed the entire desire for me to have that effect, because I like it. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, but
I would love to have that at a bridal show just to show off.
But this is fire marshals at the bigger hotels where are union hotels, those type of hotels, where it's PSAV type of hotels, those type of hotels. I love my PSAVs, the guys though. They come through in a clinch when I need certain things for corporate stuff. But that it's that kind of stuff. But again, like I said, our mitzvahs, started almost $5,000. So it's those clients, have the money trees and they're, in their backyard, and they're just, how much is that? Okay, we'll just go to our backyard, honey, and just put it in my Louis Vuitton purse. Okay, we're going to go see Shani tonight. Yeah.
How old is that mom?
We'll be an hour late.
60 or 70 years old.
My accent.
I only got two accents. Leave her alone. She's got old lady and she's got everybody else.
And Korean man. Those are the two personalities. Korean man and old lady.
Remember, I was a dancer. I wasn't a singer. I wasn't an actor. I was a dancer. Okay, leave me alone. Maybe it was a little bit of an actor. Okay.
I was going to say that. That was kind of the Midwest mom that she was. Channeling right there.
Does anybody else use?
That was Deborah Stein. Okay, leave Deborah Stein alone. Okay, who was an hour late for the meeting? Okay, because they went to Starbucks. Okay, even though Starbucks is literally down the street from our office, but it's okay. I'm like, you were late because you went to Starbucks. It literally is walking distance from our office, but
there was a line.
Yeah.
And the one across the street had a line too.
It's also a drive-through.
And that had a line. There was 4 cars.
Because in our area, nobody can get out of the car even in the summertime.
But you don't have a Starbucks in your office?
I didn't know
thought those were as common as bathrooms now.
No, we have what are they? I don't drink coffee. What are those called? The K-cups?
Keurig.
No, yeah, Keurig.
Yeah, we have those. Is that what I'm not coffee.
I don't drink coffee either.
Yeah, we have those. Is that don't ask me to make them though, because it's I always cringe when I'm like, would you like some coffee? Say no. That was when I used to valet cars, and I would be like, oh my God, please don't be stick shift. Please don't be stick shift. Please don't be stick. Oh, automatic, yes. I was like, oh God. I was like, please be automatic. Yeah, you did not want that when it died. I'm
just envisioning that scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off when Shani's like, oh, this is a nice car. And it's an automatic. Yes, sir, I will take very good care of your car.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That movie was about me.
Shani Barnett's Day Off, yeah.
It's not Donka Shane, it's Donka Shaney.
It was. I was an extra in that movie, though. Little tidbit about Shani.
Oh, yeah?
What?
Yeah. Well, okay, here, tidbits about Shani. See, I'm such a private person. John Hughes is an alum from my high school.
Okay.
Most of his movies were based off of our high school. and like the kids at our high school. Like I give you like the whole history of our high school. So like most of those movies were all filmed like at our high school and everything. And so I was like an extra in a lot of those movies, but I was in high school. Like I was like a freshman during that movie. So I'm in a lot of that movie. In fact, I am in the classroom scene of the famous classroom scene.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, okay, everyone is going to YouTube.
Yep. I'm in that classroom scene.
We can't share it, can we?
Yeah, yeah, we can. Now we.
I mean, people. Yeah, I in fact
mute it. I'm just gonna wait for John. When of you guys are gonna find it faster than me?
Are you guys really doing it right now?
You think?
Oh, of course they are.
This is
the Bueller.
Yeah. It's okay. I got the 116 here.
And I'm at the end, like where they do the bus, like during the credits. I'm in the end too, on the bus scene.
Okay, so here's Stein. That's not.
Are you gonna share it, or are you gonna just?
Well, I've got it.
Pop in a bubble.
Okay, fine. We'll do this.
Sure, it's muted, so we don't get in trouble for that part.
One of my many extra movies that I've been in.
Let's see.
I was in Save the Last Dance. I was in that movie. I'll just what you guys are doing. I'll just keep doing like my resume for you guys.
Somebody drooling.
Joan, yeah.
That was her.
No, I wasn't. No, you just see me like this. You see me like that.
Is your hand up?
Did you find me? Now I have like 80s, like early 90s hair. So you got to like remember that too.
Okay, just a second. I've got to switch.
Well, wait, are you resting your face on your hand?
No. No. I'm one of the students, like in the back, like this.
Okay.
But I have like the hair.
They all have the hair.
Yeah, I have the hair.
The guys have the hair.
I have the hair.
The clip that I see, John, is like 1:15.
Yep, that's the one.
And then it cuts out. But I think she's lying. I think
you're right.
This is a big.
I got out of school for this. You're right. I got out of school for this.
Unless there's a longer clip somewhere.
Yeah,
I think instead of posting stuff on social media, this is what she does. She's like, no, I don't want to post anything about the bookings that I make. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to just look up Ferris Bueller Day Off videos and try to find me. But in all actuality, I wasn't in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I was actually in The Phantom, starring Billy Zane. So, tricks on you guys. Ha ha ha.
Would have the mask.
Yeah, see, they don't have a there isn't a full classroom shot in this, is there?
In the clip?
Oh, is there not? In the clip, you don't have the full clip. You don't have it?
No. The minute 15 one doesn't have.
Oh.
Minute 15.
I have it on VHS.
Well, we're gonna have to find it.
Oh, wait a minute. This one's a little.
There's
bit
a 2-minute one.
Here's a different 1 minute.
Do you have my curly hair?
Is it curly hair?
Oh, I have perm, yeah. I have the 80s hair. I have the like early 90s, yeah. I have the perm hair.
Okay, it's going through all the class. This is riveting.
This is like when the dudes wore the Cavaricci jeans.
There's an empty chair.
And the pointed shoes. Here, I'll give you guys the pointed shoes, Cavaricci jeans, skinny ties.
Yeah, this is where is Waldo?
Where's Waldo, the Shani version? That's right. I'll start naming all the movies I'm in with the different hairstyles I had as a dancer, and you guys can like find me. Movie night at Shani's. Howie, what is VHS? Hey, I say. Don't make me bust out the Betamax. Or like my old dance tapes.
Funny.
I know Jared's still looking for it.
I am. I can't.
He's like, I'm
rest.
still gonna find Shani.
I have 11 minutes to try to find this.
You gotta find the permed hair girl. I'm like the only big permed hair girl in the scene in the middle.
Yeah, but the problem is the scenes on YouTube apparently decided to cut you out.
Yeah, how are they gonna? No, they shouldn't have cut me out on YouTube. No, I was not in the parade part. No, you won't find me. I'm not in the parade. I'm in the classroom. It's at the school, so I'm only in this. I was young. I'm not in the parade. No, like I wasn't. Yeah.
Was it a group shot or was it just a?
No. Like I'm like in the Like I'm in the.
She's in the back.
Yeah, like I'm in the back, like of the rows. Yeah, no, I wasn't in the parade. Just in the classroom.
So it's just a big group shot. It wasn't a close up on you.
No,
Right.
I'm in the back. Yeah, no, I didn't get like paid or anything. I mean, we got off school. That's all. Like, that's all.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna drive me crazy.
She's
right behind the first guy. Oh wait, did somebody find me? She's right behind the first guy.
What first guy?
Michael said he found me
Who's Michael?
Michael
In
Thomas.
the chat room.
in the chat room. He said he found me.
Well, what, has he been in a movie? Because if not, then I don't want to hear it.
Jared is salty right now.
But wait now, guys, think about this. This puts us in a spot where we can now start to play that so many levels of separation from Kevin Bacon.
Oh, true.
Oh!
Did you find me?
Oh!
Did you find me?
But-
But you found me because of Michael. Did you find me because of Michael?
Yeah, I'll give
Just
Michael
calm
credit.
down.
I didn't realize it was at the very blue shirt and big. Oh my! Oh
Share
my.
it. Share it.
Screen
Is it on the
share.
same- is it on the computer that you're doing
I'm
here?
not blonde. No, I'm not blonde.
Yeah, it's the screen share. You should be able to do that, Jared.
That's gotta be all right.
I'm
yeah.
not blonde.
If this isn't you,
What? I'm scared to see it. I'm not gonna say anything.
No, that's not Shani.
is that not you?
That's so not me.
Behind the. Listen.
No.
Why you guys think I'm blonde? I mean, the face could be a gas face of mine, but no, I was
Yeah,
not blonde.
that does look like the flyby.
Are you playing the
Yeah,
whole
just let it
scene?
roll because we're gonna see somebody in the back maybe.
I'll let you know I'll let you know if like maybe they cut me out of this one.
There we go. This
Because right now I don't even see any of our people yet. Like any of our students. Well, that's not me.
That's definitely not you.
I'm not the empty chair.
I feel like we should be making up our own. We should have like a
We
mystery.
should let's do kung fu. Let's do kung fu movie time.
Chinese.
Let's do kung fu movie time right now.
Only if you do accents, because I will not participate.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's perfect Russian. And then it goes to this other one.
So it's the same.
Where's this whole Bueller? Did he do Bueller?
He just did it.
So
Now
this,
the economics part.
That's the look what I get whenever I tell somebody I'm not playing their song next.
I think I've had that a couple of times.
If you really want to get a reaction, you just tell them no. I did that one time just recently. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I actually told him, no, I'm not gonna play your song. What?
I don't see me.
Yeah.
This is like towards the end, so I think that it's.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see any of our like
Yeah, you're not seeing any. in the
I
back
don't
of
see
it.
any of our I don't see like any of my friends. These are all like the extra actors. That's definitely not me drooling. Yeah, these are all the extra actors, like the real ones. Like these aren't even our.
Unless there was a scene that got
The
cut off
deleted scene.
right before this all
So,
started.
have you ever actually watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Me? I've seen it like a million times.
So you've seen yourself in the video.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah.
hard. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways,
Well,
Here,
and you know what the title of that was called?
no, was it?
Most boring lesson ever. And I think we can apply that to the last 12 minutes of this episode. The lesson that we have learned is when Shani says, "Hey, I was in Iron Man." She's not really in Iron Man.
2. Iron
Oh,
Man
okay.
2. I wasn't in 1. I was in the sequel.
You wanted
She wasn't
hold-
gonna get
you
in
wanted to
one,
hold
it
that
was-
and make sure that it was going to be a good project.
I wanted
Yeah.
to make
No, she was in one. She was the Middle Eastern with the accent.
she was the accent coach.
You're the doctor. Oh yeah. Oh geez.
Despacito. The answer. That's the answer. Despacito.
All right. Well, if anybody finds that, that would be
Yeah, we'll have to. You're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to seriously. I'm gonna pull out the VCR and I'm gonna like I'll take like a little video of it from on my phone.
There you go.
You know what the difference was? you were on the VHS one, and the YouTube was the DVD.
Is that what
You know,
it
it's like Star Wars when they redid it and put
What's up?
put young Anakin in. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep. You're no longer your hologram.
David, I was in 16 Candles. David knew. Yeah, I was in 16 Candles. Also, David knows what's up. He knows my resume.
You actually might
I'll
get me some street cred with my wife tonight. Well,
Yeah?
tomorrow morning. Yeah. Come be like, I knew somebody was in those movies, and she'd be like,
And
no
again-
way.
And
You
again,
see
we
me
could.
dance, and so you, in the dance one. Yeah, because that was filmed here in Chicago too.
That narrows it down. The
Footloose?
dance movie.
Footloose was not filmed in Chicago. I would have loved to have been in Footloose.
That was in
I would've-
Indiana, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. They taped that right before Rudy. So those are the two that we have.
No, so I was in Save the Last Dance. I was in that one.
Oh
I
yes,
was
that
in.
other
I was
one.
in the club scenes in that because that's when I was dancing. So I was in all the club scenes in that one.
All right.
Reggie, I still have a VCR. You know why I have VCR? Because a lot of my kung fu movies are only on VHS. So I watch those on my VCR. I was not in Breakfast Club, no, because I don't think they had any extras in that one. I think it was really just the four.
The four of them,
Yeah. Yeah.
Five.
Five.
of them.
Sorry. Five. Yeah.
Way to let John Hughes down.
Sorry. Well,
Put you in two of his movies.
sorry, John Hughes.
Hey, on like a totally unrelated note, are either one of you anybody going to NAM?
Yep.
John is.
Yep.
John
I was
is?
supposed to, but I will be on the other coast working.
Okay. So I want you to do me a favor,
Uh-huh.
John. If QSC is out there, the KS212Cs, their new subs.
Yep.
I really want to know what you think about them.
From which standpoint?
From
the ability of the cardioid.
the power that they produce. Do they really produce the power on the front side and reduce the rear sound as much as they're saying that they are?
Yes, they do. We got to hear those at DJ Expo.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
those
did?
are, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I have not heard them yet, and they're a pretty penny, but those are subs that I'm really, really, really wanting.
They do a wonderful job of canceling the bass. You can stand behind those, and you're not hearing that big rumble and such from that, and you're still getting a bass sound on the front. And I say it that way because when you have it that both drivers are working, you get a really nice bass out the front. And I actually like the 12-inch subs a bit better than the sound from an 18 because it's just a tighter bass. So when you have two of those, you're really getting more output than a 15, not as much output as an 18, but you're getting a tighter bass sound from those two 12s. When you go to cardioid mode, one is now being used to cancel backwards, so you're not getting as much out the front, but you're getting nothing out back.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
you're getting
He's
better.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the downside. When I first heard ETX do with theirs, and it was at Expo, I think a year or 2 years ago, I guess, when they first debuted it or whatever. I was amazed at the difference, but then when I realized I basically had to stack two on top of each other,
yeah.
like the look killed it, because not only just the stacking, but the fact that I had to have one turned around, so all the wires and everything that I really don't want to show are now showing.
Not with the ETX. The ETX it's like the QSE where you just dial it in, and it does it.
They had it one front and one back.
Well, that was just.
Oh yeah, no, you don't need to
that's
do that with the
stupid.
ETX.
Oh. Yeah,
that's what I have. Yeah.
That's the way they used to do it when the live musician or live sound people, you would have one forward, one backwards, one forward, and that one going backwards of the three would cancel a lot. So that's how they used to make the cardioid happen themselves. But yeah, ETX, you don't need that. So I'm very surprised that it was backwards, unless it was EKX. EKX does not have. Well, that wouldn't have been there though that long ago.
No, they had the EKX then, but it was the ETX they had set up in the room that way.
I wonder if they were just showing what the back looked like, maybe, because I cannot imagine. I mean,
it was like almost like in the middle of the room, so you could actually stand behind it and then stand on the other side. And
yeah, that's odd. Yeah, because you don't need to with that. So we've done numerous videos with that and didn't have.
Yeah,
that.
I love the ETX. Yeah.
So
I love those.
but I'd love to see that technology. You know, QSE came out with that, going with a 12-inch. A 15-inch subwoofer would actually be a lot nicer because you're getting a lot less weight. It's easier to haul multiple. 18-inch, especially 18-inch ETX sub, that's a beast of a subwoofer to haul. And even at QSC, when you put the extra technology in there and you've got 2 amplifiers in there, because you can't use 1 amp because you're now trying to push 2 and you're sometimes pushing them in 2 different directions. So they're just heavy, not conducive for people who don't like heavy.
So is that an all-in? Pardon my ignorance, because I haven't seen it. Is that an all-in-one then? So
Yeah.
like one sub, technically with all the inner workings, so that
Correct.
it does it coordinate within itself.
Yep, everything's inside. Yeah, and you just check and see what you want to do. So it's a neat idea, and I'm thinking you'll see more jump into that. Not at this NAMM, but I think by next year's NAMM, you're going to have more companies that will be utilizing that cardioid. Just because for mobile DJs who are in venues that there's multiple, 4 DJs playing in the same level of a venue, they're going to want the ability to keep bass in that room, which that would work wonderfully for, because you don't have a ton of bass, but you've got good bass for a 100-person event, and you can contain it within that room fairly well.
Yeah. Bose is going to be coming out with something new at NAMM as well. So they're going to be debuting something.
Spill the beans. Come on.
No.
Come on, Shani. Come on.
Yeah.
She almost did. You could see it. She really wanted to. She was so close. If we could have shown the picture of her in Ferris wheels, she would have done.
Then I would tell you. No.
Yeah, exactly. Then she would have been able to put on her princess tiara and feel special. But instead,
Somebody sent me the full movie of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I am not seeing it.
The full movie?
The
I have the full movie right now.
I asked the question about the sub, and then somebody sent it to me, and I just completely zoned out. And I was
Ian,
like,
if you could,
find this.
Ian, if
And
you
then
could take a
I kinda came back
screenshot.
to the tail end of the. I really like ETX. I'm like, oh right, we're doing a show. Let's make music and people.
Okay, we might be getting a screenshot coming across here.
Did you get it? Did you find it?
Ian,
What, a Bose? What?
no,
Ian found it.
Ian said he,
Bose. Ian
No, of you.
Ian found me?
You care about speakers. This is
I was
not
like,
a
what's so
DJ
confused
show.
is happening right now?
This is all the All About Shani show.
Jimmy, L3, L4, L5. No, it's
What are we
not
talking about? The
I'm so
vertebrae in her
confused right
back?
now. I don't know what's happening right now. Despacito. I don't know.
oh,
The answer's
okay, Ian.
C.
I was wondering if Ian had taken a screenshot of.
Oh, it's Ian. Ian did the movie. Which movie? I don't know which movie we're talking
Ferris
about right now.
Bueller.
We're talking about Ferris Bueller still.
Yeah, because there's only 2 scenes in the schoolroom, in the classroom, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is.
Are you in the
correct.
first
Well,
group?
no, there's
or in the-
actually a couple scenes in the schoolroom, but I'm only in one.
And are you in the first batch, or are you in the second one?
It would almost have to be the first one because that was where.
Yeah, because the second one just has the close-ups.
I'm not in this. Yeah, I'm not in the. Yeah.
So were you in there when Ben Stein was saying Bueller, just so you could all react to him?
Yes.
There you go.
Nope. I call fake.
Okay.
Well, this is an interesting method of that movie being posted here.
So-
It's on a TV. It's like a green screened background or what have you, and then they've made this green.
Ian, you don't need to send me the link. I have the freaking movie, dude. Like, honestly.
I was hoping for the.
Please don't send me the link, honestly, dude.
I just wanted
Like,
the.
I don't need you to send me a movie of Ferris Bueller. Like, I have it. Like, it's all good, dude.
well,
And I actually don't have time to watch a movie right now. I'm getting ready to go out of town.
but we have important things, so we'll find it for next week.
Yep.
This is becoming important. So, well, gang, we're
Like, it's not that big of a deal. No one's gonna lose sleep over this, including me.
I am.
I am.
I will
Yeah.
not be able to go to bed until I find this.
I'm going to go in the house right now and I'm going to go find that. So Jared and I.
Post how many gigs you guys are booking this week or something, okay?
After you put the screenshot of Shani in the.
You realize how many more I will book if I'm like, everybody, check this out.
Yes.
If you go to 4 minutes and 47 seconds
No.
of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, there is somebody
No.
who lives in a different state that I've never really met in person, but we talk to via the internet. You should book me.
She has an incredible accent.
Yeah, you should hear her accents.
And knows every word to every song.
And she sweats a lot.
And nobody knows how to pronounce her name right.
How do you? I'm probably saying it wrong. How do you pronounce your name?
Why, how are you saying it?
Shani.
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
For the win. Yes, that's
All
correct,
right.
Shani.
So how
Yeah.
are they saying it wrong? I guess.
Oh my gosh. Oh, they're
Because
saying
it's Shani Barrett, don't you know?
Yeah. See,
You're
there's
saying-
that. He drops a consonant every once in a while.
Yeah, no, I mean, people think I don't know how to spell it right, and it's supposed to be Sherry. Like,
Oh.
I don't know how to spell my own name, and or it's Shani, Shani.
It's a
I could be
Canadian woman's problem there. She was
right.
the one that messed you up.
I'm a different skin color. I'm so I'm pronounced all different ways now.
Shani.
And all different ways that you could think under the sun. Yeah. So yeah, you name it. I've probably been called every name. Yeah. Even names that don't even start with a letter S. So
Well, it's the creative spelling.
yes.
We're going to wrap things up tomorrow. Tomorrow on DJNTV, we've got a little bit different show. We're going to have Ben and I are going to be talking at 9 o'clock Eastern. Well, first off, we go in the morning. We have Thomas Heath is going to be coming too. He's got a really neat little session tomorrow. Put a little bit more into this one and giving you some tips on some ideas that are going to help you with your performance. We got to hear today, and you're going to like that. It's tomorrow at 10 a.m. It'll be Eastern time. And then we have Ben Stowe coming in, and he's going to give us a little bit more. I mean, he's not going to be like Shani, who's not going to share any of the good deets on. He's going to be talking about NAMM and what's coming out. Then Brian is going to be flying off to NAMM, so Howie's going to be coming in, and we're going to be talking about love songs tomorrow night. We're going to be picking some of our favorite love songs from the promo-only set of their best of love songs. I think there's 8 different discs, so we're going to pick some out. There might be 10, I don't even know. We're going to pick out some of the ones we like to use at events or we'd like to use over the years and give you a little story behind it of when and where those would be a good fit. So Howie will be with us, with me tomorrow night. So looking forward to that. Jared, Dan, Shani, thank you guys for being out and up and about tonight. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everyone.